So fourth grade, they're doing stem and leaf plot. Okay, they're using again not only addition and subtraction, but now they're doing decimals and fractions with data analysis. Okay, with problems using that. And finally, the fifth grade, it appears on number 9. The students are expected to. There's a scatter plot that wasn't there on the fourth grade. Now they're doing scatter plot with the data. As well, yeah. Right. Set of measures. Okay. So you get the idea, the progression where what's happening with data analysis in each grade level. So from what we just saw, I wonder if what can you tell me about what kind of representations? 5, let's name 5 graphical representation that students should learn and how to use the represented data across the teams. So we just looked at each one, right? Okay, I gave you Jamboard if you want to share your answer there. The Jamboard and share. Think about it. What are some ways? The T's. Name 5 graphical representation that students should learn how to use to represent the data. So you can tell me, for example, in grade 1, this is the kind of representation they should be able to do. In grade 5, they should represent the data they collect. They should be able to represent with this kind of graphic. We just looked at each one. Yes, I see bar graphs up there. What else? Frequency table. Early on, they start early on. Pictographs, we saw that in grade 1. We saw that in K, right? Right. Stem and leaf plot. Which grade did we see that? Where did they start on stem and leaf plots? 4th and 5th grade. 4th and 5th. Okay. What about the scatter plot? Where did we see that? Which grade? 5th grade? Did we see earlier than that? Yeah. No, we did not see that in 4th or 3rd or 2nd grade scatter plot. Okay. Wonderful. So when we ask questions, we talked about a bit earlier. We said we start with formulating questions first before we start collecting data. Okay. What are some ways to formulate questions in the classroom that require statistical analysis to answer? What kind of questions do you think students are interested in investigating? Yeah. Like what?
Like flavors.
kind of ice cream do you like? Yes.
Or like even like that, they did that in my kindergarten class because they made it where they merged it with like the cheeks for social studies, like during like Texas week. So they did different types of salsas, and then they did like bar graphs about which salsa they liked the most.
Yeah. What else?
I did this in high school, but there was this, it was actually a statistics class where we were trying to figure out if in an M&M bag there's more than one color. We did find that. But we all got like a little cup, and then we counted what was at our table, and then we counted everyone else's as well, and then that's how we got our like finished data.
Yeah.
And so then we were able to eat at the end. We had to wait, and so that was also like, well, if we eat one, it'll mess up the data.
Yes.
And so I feel like even if you did that with the younger grades, it would work just as well.
Of course. Yes, it could. So, for example, if you when you ate one, of course, the count would be different. So, what about the colors? Like, what have you found? Is there one color more than the other?
Yes, it was that there was one, I don't remember which color it was, but there was one color that there was like significantly more of.
More of. And of course, we'll find one that's the least we find in there. Interesting. Anybody else has done activities like that when in elementary, middle school, high school that you remember? Yes.
When I was observing in first grade a couple weeks ago, we did a chart about like everyone's favorite specials rotation, so music or gym, and they got to compare all the data, see which one most kids like, which one had the least amount of votes, and compare. And we just used sticky notes with their names on them. So, and we counted them, and so it's a very good way for them to visually see it.
Very important.
It makes sense of the data.
Yes, very important. I totally agree with that. So the kind of questions, like here, for example, I just listed some examples of non-statistical questions, an example of where students can collect data. For example, I had some of my students, I remember they wanted to know how much time they spent doing homework and compared to how many hours of they play video games. So they wanted to see which one was more, how much time they spent on studying and how much time did they spend on playing games. So some students were interested about, they wanted to know, they were soccer fan and they wanted to know their favorite soccer player, and what kind, some of them wanted to know the kind of music students were interested. So always use what students are interested, what they want to investigate, how they want to collect the data, where they get the data from, whether they class from different classes. So it's all starts with interest. What do seventh graders prefer to eat for lunch? That's something students can investigate and collect the data. But if I ask, what did Tom eat for lunch? That is not a non-statistical question, because you can get one answer. Tom ate hamburger for lunch. You're done with the answer, right? And that's not something to investigate. So this is just an example of what questions look like. And this is what you'll have in your project. You would ask a question to investigate, to look into a question that you want to research. Okay, so formulating questions. I want to know what your favorite dessert is. Okay, so let's collect the data, that data. What is your favorite dessert? I want to see how many students, if there's a commonality there. I want to know the least favorite, if there only one person likes certain, if there's majority of you like one kind of a dessert. So go to the collaborative, the next one, sorry. This one we're going to use, did I not? There should be, the nearby. So we're not using Jamboard, we're using nearby to collect that data. So if you join that, There is, this is the, you can click on it or just join.
Maybe live participation.
Okay, let's do like this, yeah. Okay, just use this one now. PCB and can you join this? You have access to this?
We just have to change the code.
Sorry,
No,
because I want to see as you type your answer. Does everybody join it?
oh, is there another in your phone? I don't know.
Sorry, we wanted to do like one, not student base. So I just updated, let me update the, this one here. So I updated the worksheet. I did the student base for in case students who are not in class, they can join us. So what way to start recording this, collecting this data? What kind of representation should we start with?
Maybe.
I see a lot of ice cream, right? Maybe we can do a tally here. How many people like ice cream? Let's tally that, yes? So how should we record this? Can somebody volunteer and start writing down, collecting the data on the board? How many students like ice cream? Let's tally how many we have. Can somebody assist her to count how many ice creams we have? Please tally. Let's tally.
How many ice creams?
7.
Oh, 7, 4, 5, 6.
So ice cream 7. Snow cone.
1.
Cookies.
1.
Brownies.
How many?
So what about cookies and cream? Would that go under the cookies?
No, cookies and cream ice cream?
No, it's just some, Jessica, you said cookies and Melissa said cookies and a cream. So should that be put together? Oh, that you want to put that under ice cream? Oh, there you go. Okay, see, I didn't even know that. That tells you something about me.
What else?
I'm going to now. I eat ice cream. I don't eat cookies and ice cream together. Brownies, how many? I love brownies. Yeah, brownies. Yeah, I see 3 brownies.
Bread. Sweet bread. We have bread that's 2, sweet bread and raspberry.
what about, oh, who was that?
There's 2 people for cake.
Researchers. Me.
Yes.
Me and them with her.
That is my favorite.
You might talk with mixed fruits on top.
No.
Just
I'm
plain.
not going to. Like glazed fruits,
Yeah.
glazed
Yeah.
ones. That I
So researchers, you would like the top.
Strawberries.
Yeah, okay, I figured that.
But other like peaches, I see people with peaches, I'm like.
No, I do mixed berries. Mixed berries, I'm not the whole thing, just
That's
on the
like
side.
stepping. A little bit. But I just like.
I'm gonna make one and bring it.
Okay.
On the
Okay.
last-
No,
Okay, I'll bring two on the side. I'll bring one our last class. No, we have more. We have,
What? That's what you said is good.
so, the president and the things are not being- So I see just.
I love peach cobbler.
That's where you put one. Katie, there's one.
I wish. I like peach cobbler.
What's your favorite dessert?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm a chocolate chip cookie kind of guy.
Okay, so now that we have, so if we were to do a tally here, this is the count, right?
And then go on.
Okay. So if we were to do tally here, how would we do that? How would we do that? Somebody wants to volunteer? Yeah. So the ice cream will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? And then that is the ice cream. That's how they will show. Snow cone, just 1. Cookies. There is 2. Brownies, there is 3. Cake, there's also 3. And the last one, the peach will be 1.
Oh, we forgot sweet bread at the top.
Oh, there it is. So let's do that. Sweet bread here will be 2. This is our tally. Okay. So this is how they would show. What is the next? So we asked the question, we collected the data. What is the next step? Graphing. How would we graph this?
A bar graph.
A bar graph.
We can do like a picture graph and put like a little key at the bottom.
Okay, a bar graph. And what will be the x-axis? Well, how would we title that? Let's title first the graph.
Dessert. My favorite dessert.
Right?
The best desserts in the world.
Okay, so the x-axis, what would we title it?
Oh,
Dessert.
The dessert. The type of, okay. And the y-axis would be?
Number.
Number, okay.
Yeah, or it could be at the bottom.
So how we gonna, thinking, what else, what other information, I don't wanna ask, what other information do we need to do that? So now you have your, your graph, your x-axis here, and the y. Increments. So what are we gonna put? What shall we have? 1, what's our minimum? 1, what's our maximum?
8.
So what should we do? By 2? You wanna do by 2? Increments of 2? Okay. So we have 0 here, 2, so what will fall here? 4, 6, 8, so we have 1 here. So we can do little ones here and so on. So if we were, if we had to analyze our data, what can we talk about this? What do you think? What conclusion? What can we say?
Ice cream is a little favorite.
Ice cream is our most favorite in this class. Our least favorite and beach hall. Okay. Okay. If we also talking about, I see two of them that are the same here. If I ask you what's our mode, what will you say? What's the mode in this data?
3.
3. Okay, what's our range?
8.
1 to 8. So
1 to 8 or 8 minus 1? 7. You're right. That is our range. Okay, what else can I ask? What is our mean, our average here? Okay, so help me here. What do I have? I hear people adding. What are we adding? All of them together. And then, okay, so we add them. And then somebody else will say something else.
Divide
By 7. So let's count. We have 1 here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes. So divide by 7. That is correct. So what do we get? What's our average? Six point something?
2.8.
What? 2.8? So we have, somebody can do that. So we have here, we have 10 plus, here we have 6, 7, 8, 9, right? So we have a total of 19?
No.
Where is it one? Where's the, what, did I miss one?
I think you only counted 1 for the 15.
Huh? Cake was what? 3. Each cobbler is 1. Where am I missing?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Each cobbler is 1, right?
20.
It's 20.
Yes.
Okay, so let's not get confused with this one here. Okay, so we have a total of 20 divided by 7. So 2 points something.
2.85.
85? Okay. So about 3. Okay. So if I were to put this one from these two, so I have, let's collect out that we have 1 here. We have 2 sweet bread, we have 2 cookies. When we talked about mode, right? This is 2 and this is 2, right? So we have 2 kinds of mode. So we have 2 and 3.
And 1.
And 1, wow. And 1. I didn't even see that. See? So we have 3 types of mode here. So we have 1, 2, 2. There are 2 ones, right? 2, 2, and then 3, 3, and then 8. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. So our average falls right here between 2 and 3 here. This would be our average where it falls up. So you see how, remember, we list from the least to greatest in order for us to find the median, the middle number. So what is our middle number? Our median is 2. So we have 3 numbers on the left, 3 numbers on the right. This would be our median. And our mean average is 2.85. So we collected the data. We did a graph. We looked at the mode, the median, the mean, the statistics here. We talked about, we analyzed what we like the most, what we don't like, what we have the least. So we did a whole data from collection data. What's that?
We did that.
We did math, yay! We did math, thank you. Okay. So now, this was, we looked at math just math. Now let's think about how we can combine data analysis with social justice.
Okay, so that's what our group actually picked for our upcoming assignment. And so what we're gonna do is we're doing like pollution. And so we're gonna go out and we're gonna collect trash. And we're gonna like tally how much trash, like how much is recycling, how much is trash, and then we're gonna do a data analysis.
Wonderful. Wonderful. And this is what we're going to be talking about later today with each group. And what kind of math they're doing, not only that. What is going on?
I don't think the district allows that one.
Let's disconnect. This is educational, it should not be a problem.
It was so. She's like, you know, sorry. I was like, okay.
Oh, so yours, you should do that password. That's what your password is.
That's how my children culture. Question like this. Yeah. Sometimes I'm like, oh, what's going on? Okay, so thank you. So I had a problem with the internet. I apologize. So the district doesn't allow certain websites, but this is educational. So it's okay to go in. So if you want to see these videos at home again, you should be able to connect. Okay, so can we need the lights? Can you see over there from here? So this is math with social justice, okay? So before I do that, just 1 second. Let's go to this one. I thought that. So what is justice now? So I've asked you this in the past. In one of the questions, I remember saying, what does it mean to you? And some of you responded. I want you to listen to this for a few minutes.
Social justice math happens when students